once the leak's sorted, I think we should turn it up, because basically chuck it on the dyno, turn the boost up.
That's what I'm saying. Right.
Over 300 horsepower.
Over 1.5 bar? Sick. What's going on?
Trying to get ready for track day. We've run the engine in. It's now doing the last oil change.
And then track day.
Track even this evening,
Yeah. So I guess we'll see track day
Track
stuff.
evening.
Track evening stuff.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and get some footage whilst I'm going. Not on my own, but on my own. So I'll be getting any footage, and it's kind of hard when I'm driving. So I'll get what I can, and maybe put something together.
There's quite a few people going out, aren't there, if I remember rightly. So.
Yeah, there's a few of us going with Clios.
Yeah.
We can do a little photo montage as well.
Yeah,
of
yeah.
the engine build. Because Phil very kindly sent me some pictures, so thank you, Phil, for sorting the engine out. Much appreciated.
Hello, Joseph.
Hello.
Hello. Oh my God, we're back again. So, I can see a couple of stickers on your windscreen,
Yes.
which says to me that you did make it to the racetrack.
I did make it to the racetrack. I managed to get signed on and noise tested and did my 2 sighting laps.
And then what happened?
Then I went out on track and broke the car in a lap and a half.
Okay, so it managed 1.5 laps.
I basically came out of a corner quite aggressively, as you do on track, and I saw a cloud behind me that looked oily, and then I smelt oil and was like, oil.
Beep.
So, yeah, beat that. So yeah, I limped it back into the pits because I'll be honest, I didn't know what happened. It was still running right. I've not got an oil pressure gauge in there. That is something I'm now going to look at retrofitting on the dash for obvious reasons. But yeah, got it into the pits, and I kind of left a bit of a trail of oil behind me.
Which the marshals love.
Yeah, to be fair, there was a marshal got a bit aggy with me because I tried doing some filming, and fair enough, their policies, their insurance, whatever, don't care, not bothered. The thing is, I've been on quite a few of their events before, and I've never had problems. I know a lot of people who do their events have never had problems. And he came over, obviously he didn't know it was me because I had my helmet on when he spoke to me when I was in the car. Came over when I was in the garage at the pits and was like, "Oh, you've got an oil leak, what happened?" I was like, "Oh," he said something, I was like, "It's leaking oil, mate."
Yeah,
like,
don't know.
The oil is now not in the engine, it's not good.
So I imagine, obviously, given that this is a very non-standard, fully forged, with a turbo that it shouldn't have, I imagine you were worried about many things.
Yeah.
Did you, well, I know the answer to this question, what was the problem?
It's leaking oil.
Do you know where from?
I have a rough idea. So we had a small issue with the dipstick tube in the block. So the block we used to build this engine is not from my car. Obviously, I went out and bought another engine. If you look at my old engine block, which is over there somewhere, which now has no dipstick tube in it, and look at this one, the dipstick tube in this is at a sharper angle, so it leads me to believe it's probably been, might even have been when I brought it back, I don't know.
been knocked.
It's also been bent at some time. They basically have like an olive on the pipe and they're pressed in. And we had a little, like, I'm talking the tiniest dribble, which in 500 miles, the level never really dropped. So tried to do, I wouldn't say a temporary fix, but just tried to see if I could fix it without removing the dipstick tube. Obviously, terrible idea because I couldn't.
No. There are some things that sticky stuff can't solve.
Yeah, and obviously running the engine in, I wasn't beating on it very hard.
No.
And then my first lap on track, I was
Beating
pretty
it
much
very hard.
caving it in to the limiter, no mercy. And yeah, and to be honest, until it broke a lap and a half in, it did really, really well. Handled really well without a diff. It's on Pilot Sport 3s, running like 26 PSI all round from cold. And I was actually quite impressed with it, to be honest.
They are a good car for a
Yeah,
track.
I mean, I've never driven a Clio on track. I've been around Snetterton in a 197 with Phil back in like 2018 when I had the Astra. The only perk of the day is, or the evening, is when mine went wrong. I went out with a friend's Evo, which is very powerful Evo 7, and that was awesome. So,
awesome. Okay, so in the time that you just spent on the track, I mean, me and you have had conversations about this.
Yeah.
Obviously, we've been speaking over the last month. Obviously, did you get any inclination as to how you want to direct this car now going forward?
Yeah,
in terms
so that
of
was
brakes?
kind of the idea of the track day, was basically, obviously get the car together, do a track day, make decisions on suspension, tyres, brakes, any other bits. So from the track day, I definitely want a half cage and back the harness bars.
Yep.
Definitely want to put harnesses in. To be fair, it's got standard seat belts, which with those seats are pretty all right. My issue is the top thing, I don't know what it's called, that the seat belt runs through.
Yeah.
It's as low as it will go,
Yeah.
and it kind of cuts into my neck, which
Gotcha.
is very annoying. So
Well, them seats are lower than standard seats, aren't they? The right
yeah,
and
so no, the shoulder bit's higher.
Gotcha. Right.
So
okay.
it's obviously lifting the seatbelt up. So the idea now is going to be harnesses. Probably should go 4 points. I had like 6 points in the Astra, and it's just so much more than you need.
Yeah.
For
Or
just
4 point
a
is
fast
enough,
racing track car. So I mean, it's a 4.3-inch harnesses. Haven't decided on brand. I'm kind of looking at that at the moment. I've messaged someone about cage. Half cage I do with cross in the back and harness bars. I've already ordered brakes as well. I've ordered some Wilwood 4 pots from Jam Sport. So they do their Wilwood 4 pots with 305mm discs, Renault DS2800 pads, caliper adapters, brake lines, the usual bits.
Awesome.
The thing is, it doesn't stop that badly,
No.
but I
With
want
more
it to
power,
stop-
you're going to be going
but
faster.
I want it to stop faster, basically.
And you want less brake fade.
Yeah, to be fair, I didn't get any brake fade.
Well, you're not doing 1.5 laps, are you?
So, yeah, so that's kind of where we're at right now.
Tyres wise, you happy?
To be fair, tyres wise, I'm probably going to end up getting a spare set of wheels because the tyres on here are good. They've got good tread. They did better than I expected. Granted, it was only a lap and a half, but I'll probably get a spare set of wheels and either get some AR1s or NS2R semi-slicks.
Yeah.
But that's, to be fair, I'm not overly fussed about that right this second. The other thing we're going to do is battery relocation.
Yep.
We'll relocate it into the boot, partially just to clear up some space in the engine bay.
Yeah.
But we're then planning to mount the ECU where the battery tray would go, making it obviously more accessible. When we do that, I'm going to wire in boost control solenoid. I finally bought another Mac valve to replace the one that I gave to Phil.
Yep, so we've got the bits needed.
Yeah, so we're going to do that so we can then enable boost control and then put it on the dyno and turn it up again.
Okay, so all we need to do now,
Is loads of stuff.
dipstick of love.
Yeah, so that's basically the plan, is sump off, knock it out from the inside, reseal the sump, check everything over. The thing is, it did chuck quite a bit of oil out, but when I checked it, I let it cool down, and it was halfway up the dipstick, so it didn't. It's only about 250ml of oil that it's lost approximately.
Oil's like blood, though, isn't it? A little
Yeah,
bit
well, any
extra long.
fluid normally looks like there's more of it than there is. But I just want to have a quick look around it, make sure there's nothing obvious. The engine's not made any shady noises, so I'm confident that that's okay, hopefully. And yeah, so we're going to do that, get it running again and holding oil, and then look at battery relocation, installing boost control. The brakes for a couple of weeks, about 2 to 3 week wait, I think they said. So yeah, we'll do that and then get it back on the dyno and obviously do updates as we go.
And turn up the boost.
I'm looking forward to it, to be fair. Like, it was good with 260, but I think with like
460 is even better.
with like 320, it'll probably be a lot better.